Okay, hello everyone, this is Mr. Running here again, and it's been about 3 months since we got that last little teaser trailer for Street Fighter 6, but suddenly today, we've had the fattest information dump I could have possibly expected for this game. They really threw everything at us and just expected us to take it all, and yeah, we're gonna look at it all. So starting off with the trailer, but we've also got like mechanics and new characters and stuff. It's crazy stuff. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a long time Street Fighter fan. It's never really been a series I've been so into, but what excites me about all these reveals about Street Fighter 6 is that players like me who didn't used to really care about the franchise are now suddenly so keen for this game. The graphics are amazing, the characters look amazing, just how the flow of the in-game like kicking and stuff looks so amazing, and this is like way before the actual release date, so it can only go up from here. And they are definitely making waves when it comes to adding into extra functionality into FGC games. Like I think we see here at the very start of the trailer, look at all these shots, look at these shots of this bloody open world fighting game. What the hell? So you're in the metro city, you can just walk around as this character, and I wonder if this character is going to be able to be customized, or if they'll just look like this random dude in a hoodie. But, yo, the amount of jaws that were dropped on the floor as soon as this trailer came out, just from seeing that you can walk around the world, and it's kind of like a GTA experience, walking around the city, you can challenge people to fight, walk through the different places, it looks amazing, and this is completely unprecedented territory for FGC games. Walking around, destroying the environment, challenging thugs to fights, like, this is crazy, and it's huge, and this is how you get people to get into the FGC. People already like the lure of fighting games, like, they think they look cool, but if you give people that aren't mega fighting game fans content to do, to walk around, that's how you get them stuck. And obviously, the amazing graphics and designs just are the infinitely amazing cherries on top. Ooh, so the art style with all the color flashes is a bit divisive, but I think it's bloody amazing. So we've got new characters like Jamie there. So I just love how the route they've gone with animating all the attacks and stuff. They've got like kind of like dust particle effects instead of little like flashes that a lot of games have had recently that are like Star Wars flashes. So they've got like these like air, and they're not really bleed frames, but they're kind of just like strike like air pressure waves. I really like it, and it makes it like kind of these like dry, dusty attacks until they go into their drive moves, which is a new mechanic, and you get these awesome splashes of color, and it's just really top tier graphic design. It looks gorgeous, and these EX kicks, that was so smooth, and then there we go, the color splashes into this. Oh my god, the breakdancing. It looks so smooth, and this is so early on in the game's like design phase. Oh, it looks amazing, and we can talk about all these mechanics later. But this game seems pretty crazy not only when it comes to the open world stuff, but introducing a lot more mechanics to the old games. Boom. And they even updated the logo in the few months that everyone was complaining about it. Come on. Now listen, I mean, it's hard to not listen when everyone was complaining about the logo, even though it was supposed to be a hype reveal. But man, let's just watch this last few seconds again, because it gives me shivers. Parry. Ooh. And then all the supers. It's too good. It's too good. And then we get to see the battle hub, which I guess some people might be a little bit annoyed about, but come on. If we're talking hubs, I would far prefer this epic looking awesome looking hub lobby situation than the dumb one in Strive. And little character tease up there. I'm sure everyone's already pointed out. We've got a Kimberly, who I've heard is a new character. Doesn't really matter to me because they're all new to me. But yeah, that trailer dropped a lot of jaws. So now we can quickly read through a little bit more information about the actual game that we've gotten from the reveal. And honestly, I'm kind of digging the hype of this reveal, so I'm just going to read everything. So, revealed in today's state of play, Street Fighter 6 hits the scene in 2023. Experience a brand new era of Street Fighter with stylish mechanics to express your creativity, vibrant characters, and new modes that will reimagine the fighting game experience. Street Fighter 6 is jam-packed with content and more ways to play for everyone. True. Whether you're new to the fighting game community or been a part of it since Street Fighter released in 1987. So, something I want to say about this is, obviously it's been a big topic recently, getting more people into the FGC, and that's where I think we've had a lot of things like Strive and MK11 and now Dungeon Fighter Duel, where they try to simplify the mechanics or simplify the control of the characters with simple inputs and just generally simplified games in order to appeal. But it seems like Street Fighter 6 has taken a different approach completely, and it's to redesign the way that you formulate an FGC game so that there is just more stuff to lure people in, but you still keep the actual game, the in-game game, the same, like, high quality, same vibes of the older games. So where they added in these extra mechanics with the walking around the place, and there's also an amazing thing with commentary, which we'll get to soon. But 35 years in the making, the Street Fighter series has welcomed fans from all walks of life with different gameplay experiences. From arcade mode, online matches, training mode, local versus battles, and more, all found in the Fighting Ground. We're bringing modes present in previous titles, plus 2 brand new modes called World Tour, I have no idea what that is, and Battle Hub to Street Fighter 6 to offer an unbeatable gaming experience. Ooh, that's a claim. Classic Street Fighter built for a modern era. After the teaser trailer back in February, we hinted at a hyper-realistic look for Street Fighter 6, which, yeah, the art style is really interesting. It's like a combination of hyper-realistic with color splashing. I'm not a graphics design student, but it's bloody good. I don't know why. It's just good. Proud to announce this new entries developed by Capcom's RE Engine. Okay, yep, stuff. Developed graphics, very good graphic. Okay, next. Right, let's look at some of these pictures. All the art is amazing. I love the color splashes. It's so divisive from what I've seen so far. It's only been a few hours. Some people hate it. They're like, why is Splatoon in my Street Fighter game? No. This is epic color character expression splashes. This ain't no Splatoon. This is epicness. Yeah, all the screenshots look amazing. So now we get to have a little look at all the characters. Well, like 4 characters that they've decided to show us so far. But I'm so hyped for all the reveals that are going to come afterwards. So we've got these characters, and yeah, we're going to look at them. So Luke uses his background as a contractor for a private military company to teach mixed martial arts. He spends his days off eating junk food, playing video games, and challenging opponents to a good old fight. He always has victory in his sights. I'm gonna be honest, that is the lamest character description I've ever heard, but at least he's got some cool colors. Okay, fine. So let's put this in HD. Select moves. DDT, powerful throw activated after the first hit of the overdrive flash knuckles. That's when he charges at them. Useful when you want extra damage, and fatal shot is a follow-up to his fireball. So yeah, it's got this grab follow-up off of a charge-in, and these fireballs, which I hear are extremely annoying, and people aren't too happy that they're back. But hey, at least it looks cool. At least the game looks amazing while he's being annoying, right? Jamie. So this is a new character. Really awesome, unique-looking design. Kind of is giving me Gato from KOF 15, but better, honestly. What? Less sharp and janky and more epic. So, Jamie is a peacekeeper from Chinatown who aspires to walk in the footsteps of Yun and Yang. I don't know who those are. They're twin dragons. An expert dancer, Jamie places justice and friendship above all else. defending his town with martial arts. See, this is a better character breakdown than Bloody Luke had. And I don't know if they mentioned it here, but Jamie is a drunken master breakdancer king, and it's awesome. So the select moves we have are the Devil Inside. Jamie takes a swig out of his key unleashing drink to raise his drink level. High levels unlock access to addition. Bro, this isn't the right gif. Jamie takes a swig out of his key unleashing drink to raise his drink level. High levels unlock access to additional moves. Interesting. Luminous dive kick when he's at level 1 or higher. Okay. He gets to do a dive kick, basically. Alright, so seems very Boraicho. Drunken Master Boraicho. But obviously he just looks way cooler while he's doing it. So dive kick and just a bunch of drinking. And it seems like, I imagine this breakdancing move will get more hits the more drunk he is, so he'll just spin around, spinning drunkenly for longer. Yeah, looks amazing. Ryu, sporting the excellent new bearded design, and this, I'm digging this, like, Greek cloak situation. Cloak? That's not the right word. This Greek sash thing. He looks awesome, okay? Ryo continues training on his endless quest to find true strength. Well-mannered and sincere, he travels the globe in search of worthy opponents. Having overcome the Hatsuri no Hado, he now yearns for something greater. Select moves for Ryu. We've got Hashogeki. Ryu concentrates his ki in his palms and unleashes it in a short distance forward. Useful as follow-up after block strings and combos. So that's where he just, yeah, does this little strike forward. It actually kind of reminds me of the Yamazaki's air launches we have from the new KOF 15 DLC. And also Genjin Charge, which is where he just powers himself up. I wonder if it gives all of his special moves new characteristics. See, it turns his Hashogeki into an epic, 3-hitting launcher that he can follow up with a flying kick. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. And just even this super simple gameplay reveal stuff. Look how amazing the background looks. Look how good it looks when characters get hit. There's no oh, it looks amazing. And the tiny little bit of skeleton you get to see from the lightning hits. Oh, come on. Classic. Chun-Li. Chun-Li is a former agent from ICPO. She now looks after Li Fen, a victim of the Black Moon incident from Street Fighter V. With Sharalu now fallen, Chun-Li teaches Kung Fu classes and has become a beloved member of the local community. So she's become the lovely mentor lady with still very large thighs. Select moves. Tensho kicks. Chun-Li rises into the outer flurry of kicks useful for countering a jump attack. So I don't know. Yeah, that's surely a DP, right? It reminds me of Fujin's flurry kicks from MK11, and we love Fujin. Then Serenity Stream, which is where Chun-Li gets basically a stance, which I'm told she did not have before, so that's very exciting. A battle system built for creativity. With every new Street Fighter comes mechanics you can use to master to rise to the top. Introducing the Drive System, a gauge you'll need to manage wisely, and one that is ripe with creativity. You can utilize the drive gauge to perform 5 different techniques that can easily enhance your offense or defense. So drive is basically what gives the awesome paint splatter effects, and there's a lot of ways you can use your drive meter. And I'm not sure if they show it here, but you have 5 bars of drive in the UI, and then it builds over time. So a drive impact is a powerful strike that can absorb an opponent's incoming attack. So it's kind of like the Shadow Strike from KOF 15. Use drive parry to repel your opponent's attack and refill your drive gauge. Interesting. So you can use a drive attack that is just, instead of armoring through, you just parry, but you use it as a way of building back your drive to do more drive things. Interesting. Cancel out of a drive parry or normal attack into a drive rush to quickly close in on your opponent. Overdrive arts are similar to EX move from past games, and they can power up your special moves. Right, so you can EX using your drive meter as well, which makes it separate from your super meter. So your super meter is just used for your 3 awesome supers that you have. Use the drive reversal to perform a counterattack to get you out of tight situations. So I wonder if everyone's DP is tied to a drive reversal. 1 gauge, 5 techniques, unlimited possibilities. It's a bit of a stretch, but I like it. I like the bravo. Use your creativity to choose which technique to utilize, and when. It's all in your hands, thank God. Right, so we get to see a little bit more of a detailed breakdown of the drive things. So the drive impact, which was like the Shadow Strike, it only costs 1, looks pretty damn cool, and there's different ways of inputting it depending on the control type, which they talk about down here. Drive parry, so I guess you hold down, you hold down the drive thing and it continually drains your drive meter, but every time you get hit it refills a certain amount of drive gauge. So I'm interested to see like where that will become useful, and it seems like it decreases hit stun on a lot of things, so maybe you'll be able to get a parry and get a punish. You get drive gauge back and you get a punish on things. That could be really interesting. Overdrive art, press 2 of the same button. So it's like in KOF 15 where you press 2 buttons, you get the EX version of a special move. Costs you 2 drives though, that's interesting. A drive rush is rush forwards, drive... So it's basically you can just cancel out of things using your drive meter, which looked pretty awesome. There was a clip of Ryu using a drive rush out of his, like charging up, and then he used it. He did the charge, he saw Chun-Li pressed a button and kind of whiffed, then he did a drive rush to cancel out of it, and he got a juicy punish from it. So stuff like that is always very cool, and is definitely what opens up the unlimited possibilities they were talking about. Drive reversal, perform a counter attack when blocking an opponent's attack. Interesting. Damage is low but can help you out of tight situations. So I don't think anymore that it is just their DPs. It seems like it's just like the pushback or a yellow RC or that kind of things that are in games to just really get someone off of you while you're blocking. But no, it's not a DP. So this is also something that kind of rubbed some people the wrong way. I don't really care, but some people get antsy about this kind of stuff. So a modern control type for everyone. For those who are worried that the fighting game inputs are too complicated and you just want to unleash your inner fighter. Once again, this is a really good way of bringing in new people, is simplifying a game. We've seen that already is effective. So not only are they implementing this, but they're also doing their crazy open world craziness. We have a solution in form of the new control type option. First off, classic control type is what veterans can expect to use for inputs, which is a 6-button layout. So classic input, you can do your stuff with more precision and stuff. New to Street Fighter 6 is the modern control type, which allows for easier inputs where a special move can be performed by combining the special move button with one directional input. This is a perfect answer for newer players or those who may have found classic command inputs a bit too difficult in the past. With modern control type, your character will perform some of their flashiest and best attacks with just a few button presses. Modern control type is optional, but we highly recommend new players give it a try. Now, I'll give my 2 cents about this because I think this is really, really a good way of handling the... We need new players to be able to play our games and we want to simplify it somehow. I think this is a really, really excellent option. So we've got the classic control type where everything is the same. You can still play your amazing way, but they also have the option for simplified. But it's not just like, oh, everything's easier to do, because then why would everyone not just use the simplified control type? Simplified control type changes the button layout, so you have a special move button, but it seems like, see like here, with you, it's like DNF Duel, where you can press forward special, down special, or back special, and you get your special moves, but you didn't have to do any kind of input, and it's really easy to do special moves. However, people have said that Ryu has more special moves than this, so maybe using the modern control type limits the amount of things that you can do. So it kind of nerfs your character, but you get to do things a lot more easily, and as you can see here, you also get easy supers. You just press down and 2 buttons. And you can also do auto combos if you just hold down the auto combo button and you just press a bunch of any of your attack buttons, and maybe it will go into a super or a level 3 super or just meterless. So kind of it really combines aspects of the KOF 15 auto combo system, the DNF Duel simple special move system, and blends them together in a really unique way. And what's amazing about this is veteran players, as I said, still get the option to play how they want. But this is a really good way of getting new people to play the game, because it nerfs them a little bit and doesn't make them feel like they're way better. But people can just get in the game and actually do stuff, even if they're not playing the like actual high level, high quality version of the game where you have to do all your inputs and stuff to do, high level stuff. People can just jump in the game. They're not, veteran FGC players have never played one in their life. They can just get in the game and they can do the stuff, which is what the aim of simplifying game is. They can do their special moves, they can do their ultimates really easily. They don't have to just be like random button mashing like punches and then just doing absolutely nothing and having ugly ass looking gameplay. So they can have these gorgeous special moves and ultimates performed really easily, even these assisted combos. So they get to learn the absolute fundamentals of the game while having it look better and being able to use special moves and stuff. So it's kind of just a really good way of being a crutch to get people into the game. They get to do all of their cool stuff, and while they do their cool stuff really easily, they learn about fighting games. They learn about footsies and jumping and punishers and frame data and stuff and special moves and meter control and all that stuff, but in a very simple controlled environment. And when they feel that they've mastered this simple system, then they can choose to go into the harder system where they have to learn the motion inputs and they don't have auto combos, so they have to learn their own combos and stuff. And it's just a really good way of getting people, yeah, it's just amazing. Like, the heck? Why haven't other games done this? This is, I think, probably the near perfect solution. Combining it with the other one-player content, offline content that they have provided with this game, I think this is the perfect solution for the problems that FGC stuff faces. And the last really big deal, and I think some people are like, oh, okay, cool, this is just a nice little gimmick, but I think this is a huge deal. So, entering the real-time commentary feature. Finally, we're happy to announce a new feature that will add all the hype to competitive match without actually being in one. Enter the real-time commentary feature. We're working with well-known FGC commentators and other recognizable faces to incorporate their voices directly into the game. So I'm not going to finish reading this, but basically they've gotten actual FGC commentators and put their voice lines in the game to make it seem like they commentate your gameplay. And we'll watch the trailer quickly and then I'll talk about why I think this is such a big deal afterwards. Yeah, and he actually has like full-on lines, and depending on how many lines they have, it'll seem fluid and more specific to what you're actually doing. I'm so intrigued to see how well it actually goes. But from this little trailer we get, which, you know, it's hard to judge by, it sounds really, really cool. Drops the combo! Oh, the berry! It's awesome. And then... they are down! Bruh, I'm not sure who this Japanese announcer is, but their voice is sending me. It's such an epic, classic commentator voice. So yeah, basically, it adds their voices over the thing, so it seems like they're commentating your gameplay. And people think, you know, oh, it's just a little bit gimmicky, just a little bit of like fun, random thing. Nah. When we're talking about bringing content into games for new players, this is big, fat, juicy deal. A lot of my friends that aren't FGC players, they play like FIFA games and other like random sports games. One of the features that I hear them talking and being hyped about the most is how they have the cool commentary people over the top, and they say the epic lines when someone gets, I don't know, a shot from across the field or something and they're talking. And it does make it so much more hype, having the commentary, even if you're just playing by yourself or if you're playing offline, leading back to why it's good for offline content, which FGC games lack, notoriously. It just adds so much more hype to the game, and people that are new to the game, not only are they able to execute flashy things more easily, but also they feel like they're way more flashy when they have these commentators being like, "And he took the round!" when they're just playing by themselves in their couch. It seems kind of like cringy or a bit gaudy. It's not. People are going to love this, especially like new players. It's amazing, and I can't wait to see how many voices they get in the game and how well it gets incorporated into the game, how many lines there are and stuff. and how like natural it feels, because it could be a little bit strange, but if they pull it off, it is going to be amazing, and people are going to love it. And I know that stuff like this, combined with the easy inputs, combined with offline content and the open world roaming, this is going to be the game that gets so many non-FGC people into the game, that gets them hyped about Street Fighter, that gets them hyped about these sorts of games, with these amazing flashy attacks, with these amazing open world exploration, with this amazing commentator hype, and able to execute things easily. People are going to love this game, and it makes me so excited. But yeah, that's all we have to talk about today. Street Fighter 6 looks amazing, and I can't wait till we see some more. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.